Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to make a homemade Play-Doh. So it's very, very easy. You have to have a few key ingredients. So what we have here is flour, vegetable oil. I opted for vegetable oil because anything else would be very expensive Play-Doh. So vegetable oil or canola oil, something like that. Just plain old table salt. And I'm using our food coloring. Food coloring makes it safe. Obviously, it's not something that you want our children to be consuming, but if they did, it is all very natural and ingredients we'd have in the kitchen, so that's okay. Many Play-Doh recipes have cream of tartar in it. I ran out of cream of tartar, but what cream of tartar does is it makes it last a little bit longer. So the Play-Doh is soft, and then it lasts a little bit longer in an airtight container. So if you happen to have cream of tartar at home, fabulous. I think that you should utilize it, and that way it'll last a little bit longer for your children. But if you don't, just do what you have. And so this is what we have today. Also, this is a great project to do with your children. That way they can mix and they can do all that sort of stuff. But if you look over here at my hot water, it does ask for hot water. So I would recommend that you start off, parents, mixing it first. And then as it cools down and as you've kneaded it a little bit, then you can have your children to join in. Okay, so first part of the recipe is 1 cup of flour. So 1 cup of flour. I'm going to do an even cup. Here you go. We're going to put it right here in our bowl. And then after our 1 cup of flour, we're going to do a 1/2 cup of salt. Yes, that's a lot of salt. A 1/2 cup of salt. I don't know if you remember when I was in kindergarten, our teachers used to make homemade paste, and it used salt and flour. How many of you remember that? Okay. And then here's where you would put the 2 tablespoons of cream of tartar. But if you don't have it, like I said, that's just fine. And then we're going to do 1 tablespoon of oil. One tablespoon of oil. And then we're going to add our water. Now, a little trick that I've learned over the years of making this is that you can put the food coloring inside your dough as you need it, but it's really cool if you do it right here in your cup, and you get a really nice even color. So my favorite color is orange, and so I'm going to attempt to make an orange with red and yellow. Let's mix them up and see what we get. There is red and yellow together makes orange. Let's add a little bit more yellow. What do you think? See what we get. That's pretty orange to me. What do you think? To do just something a little extra, I'm going to add a few drops of essential oils, and I'm using wild orange to match our color. So let's see, 1, 2, 3. The wild orange smells just like eating an actual orange. One of the benefits of wild orange is it promotes good mood and happiness. So hopefully that helps our children when they're playing with this to be in a state of contentment. Okay, so here's all of our ingredients, and now I'm going to start adding our water. Oh, look, I probably should have used a different color of bowl because there's a whole lot of orange going on here. Do you see that? Now we're going to mix it. We're going to mix it together. Oh, it smells like just like an orange. I'm mixing. And at first it's a little sticky, Mom and Dad, so don't worry. If it is too sticky, add a little bit more flour. It's gonna eventually start to form a dough ball, just like if you were making bread. And so we're just gonna keep mixing it. I don't know, I kind of think it needs more orange. What do you think? See if I add a few drops. Now the only problem with adding color to our dough like this is that you need to make sure you mix very well. So let's see. There's some red. There we go. We're getting a deep orange, deeper orange. I'm gonna mix. Okay, keep mixing. I know. The kids will enjoy this though. Mixing it around. Back and forth. Okay, so my dough was just a little runny, and so as you can see, it's still pretty runny after mixing it for some time. And so I'm adding just a little bit of flour to our mixture to thicken it up. Okay, and I think I'm gonna add just a little bit more. So we're just gonna slowly be adding, okay? Just slowly add a little bit more. You don't want it to become too thick. You still want it to be fairly pliable. Oh, it smells so wonderful. It's really starting to thicken up. And so we're still gonna have to add probably a little bit more flour, but I'm also gonna add flour to my table. So that way now I could start kneading it. When you add flour to the table and also flour to your hands, it helps so that the dough doesn't stick so much to your hands. So let's do that. For moms and dads is to add oil to your hands. I don't know if you'd want your children to do that, just because you know how that is. Children running around and getting everything all oily. We're just gonna keep kneading it like this, using some of that flour to take away that stickiness. It has a really great filling. Again, still a little sticky, but kneading it more and more. And you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to have a perfect color or a perfect smell or anything like that. It just something for us to be able to interact with our children with and keep them entertained for a little while. Especially right now, I know we're all, you know, pulling from everything from inside and outside to try to come up with some ideas to entertain our children and, quite frankly, to entertain ourselves. So this might be something to get your mind going also and being interactive. I would also recommend that whatever, you know, maybe putting some of the toys away or putting Play-Doh away and having a certain time that it comes out. That way it doesn't lose its novelty. You know, children will, if it's always just out there, then they might not want to play with the Play-Doh. But if they know that, you know, after dinner it's Play-Doh time or something like that, you might have a longer play period for the children. Okay, so as you can see, it's starting to get more consistent filling with as a Play-Doh. Again, I'm just gonna grab some more flour. I still have a lot of stickiness here going on. Not as much as before, but still fairly sticky. So we're just gonna keep on kneading it. If you have any jewelry on, moms and dads, I would suggest taking it off like I have, just so that it's doesn't stick to your rings or anything like that. And then also, if our children are helping us to create this dough, food coloring can stain your clothes. So if you want them to help and maybe they want to pour some of those drops in, you want to make sure that it's something that you don't mind might get ruined. So some play clothes. Okay, so here we go. Here's our Play-Doh. The more I knead it, the less flour you will see. But here you go. There's some Play-Doh right here. It's got a nice filling. Still gonna knead it a little bit more, but you get the idea. So we're really excited here at home. We've decided to make some Play-Doh for all of you. So if you got your package, hopefully your package is there today, Friday. Please take it out, share it with your children, and let them play with their Play-Doh. Thank you.